What's going on, everyone? It's your guy, Pat Bernard, a.k.a. The Gobbler. And here we are talking 76ers catching it's just getting waffled in OKC. Just getting welcome to the woodshed. However you want to talk about this beat down. However, but you knew this, right? You knew this was going to happen. You knew the 76ers were just not going to be able to stack up with this OKC team that had a few major injuries. The 76ers were not going to be able to stack up. This game was not even close. This was 4 quarters of pain. Yes, the 76ers made a little decent run in the second quarter, looking like they had everything going. OKC, with those long, lanky kids, they outmatched, oversized the 76ers team. It became too much. Check Holmgren. Brandon Carlton. Clayton. Big boys. Towers out there. Knowing the 76ers don't have a big man to size up. 76ers, they don't have anything to offer. Nothing on defense. They kept on going to the 2-3 zone. And they just got embarrassed. They lose tonight 100-133. They fall. They just couldn't hang with them. They just could not hang with this OKC team. And I'm not going to say it's okay because we all know the 76ers season's at a loss. You're looking for bright spots. But it's tough to find bright spots when you get a trip to the woodshed. You just get thumped. I mean, this explains why OKC has won 10 of the last 12 games. Because they got a bunch of young guys that are balled in. That's a young up-and-coming squad. And how about this nugget? How about Isaiah Joe? The former 76er, rattling his old squad? 5 3-pointers, the most out of the whole entire game. He rattled his old team. It's funny because, we all had these hopes and prayers, like what's going to be the best fit for Isaiah Joe. And here he fits in just fine in OKC. He looked really good tonight. That OKC offense, they picked apart. I mean, yeah, there was a few steals that the 76ers came up with. Who cares? So what? It didn't mean anything. This game was just out of reach. But that OKC team, I mean, they could pick you apart on offense. They just knocked down their shots. They knock it down off the perimeter, beyond the arc. They could take the ball inside. Like, look at Jalen Williams for them. Look at Jalen Williams. Now it's a triple-double. 19 points, 17 rebounds, 11 assists. It's pretty good. Like, he was solid. OKC was solid tonight. They just came in. They handled business at home. The 76ers just were better off not even showing up tonight. And again, this is more and more of these young guys who don't get their feet wet on a nightly basis. This is perfect for these guys. This is a perfect situation for this team. And again, we all know the 76ers are still dealing with more than enough injuries as it is. It's pretty much just look, Joel Embiid, you'll never have to worry about seeing Paul George. Those guys are sidelined until October. Those guys are sidelined. But Eric Gordon's, the Kyle Lowry's, I don't think you're going to see them anytime soon either. They've been out for almost 2 months. I want to see these young guys. Like the Chumba Koki had his first double-double tonight. Like this kid right here had a great game tonight. I mean, there were spurts where the 76ers just could not knock down their shots. But when there's some guys who stood out, like Quentin Grimes, this kid Chuma Koki, like, that's okay. Like, I mean, did I expect the 76ers to go in there? And I thought this would be a little bit more competitive, and it wasn't. This was just a flat-out beatdown. And those kind of games happen in the NBA. Like I said, but the 76ers was just point-blank outmatched. They were outmatched tonight. They really didn't stand a chance. I mean, OKC just beat them in size. They beat them off from beyond the arc. They beat them everywhere on the court. 76ers were trying to put it in some areas. Were trying to do double coverage zones, and meant nothing because OKC just found the next guy open, and everyone contributed. Everyone. Aaron Wiggins. Aaron Wiggins had 26 points tonight. I mean, everybody from that OKC, still with a handful of injuries, they still contribute to the scoreboard. Like I said, they just completely outmatched the 76ers. And it's going to be interesting to see how far that OKC run goes. It's going to be very interesting to see because we all know the 76ers ain't there. Ain't there. We are a middle of a pack team. Heck, we're not even middle of a pack. We're a bottom feeder. It's the truth. 76ers might not want to hear it, but it's the truth. We are a bottom feeder. But anyway, let's look at some good things that happened tonight, right? Justin Edwards puts up 19 points. He looked pretty decent. He played inside. He was knocking out shots from the perimeter. He looked okay. Quentin Grimes, 28 points. Another solid night. Making some moves inside the paint. Hitting some nice floaters. He looks like he's earned a spot for next year. Chuma Koki off the bench had 4 threes. Had a double-double tonight. Again, 76ers, you're not looking for the wins and losses. You can forget about the wins right now. You have to find out what's going to work for October. And get a restart. To me, all they need to do is just get one significant big man. In some regards, this still, like I know the NBA thrives on the guys who can drop threes, but this is still a big man's game. And this is where the 76ers are at their weakest because they don't have an answer down low. And their only answer can only give you like 15 games. That's it. So Well, you guys know what I got to do here. Okay, see, you run the floor, which they did. They ran the floor tonight. They publicly embarrassed the 76ers nationally. They did whatever they want, the 76ers tonight. They use them as their toy. That's what happens. It sucks. But what can we do here? What can you do as a 76ers fan? Other than, like I said, you pick parts out of this and you look towards the future. You look towards October. You look towards, Quentin Grimes getting mixed in there with Jarrett McCain and Tyrese Maxey. Just in other words, now they can start building some bench pieces, which I think would be okay. You don't now they're showing you that you don't have to always go to Kelly Oubre for a start. Grades of the game. Let's give it a D minus. Some guys showed up. I can't deny it, but D minus, I'll give the grades tonight for your 76ers. MVP of the game. I'm going to go, if I have to go a Sixer, I'm going to go Quentin Grimes. If I have to go OKC, I'm going to have to go Isaiah Joe, the former Sixer. I mean, I'm so happy for the kid. Found a place where he could get into a rhythm, knocking down the shots, being a playmaker out there. Made 5 threes tonight, as he should have with this slot fest of a Sixers team. And did really, really well. I loved it. I loved it every time he scored, every time he had the ball in his hands. Terrific job, handling the ball, all that stuff up and down the floor. Great job. Great job. Now it's time to go around the NBA. And again, not a great slate of a night, but, just to read off what happened, we will do that. All right? Like I said, your 76ers lose by 33 points. That's right. 76ers lose 100 to 133 in OKC. So let's start at the top here. The Indiana Pacers handling the Dallas Mavericks, winning 135 to 131. The Houston Rockets, now win their second straight game, handling things out there in Orlando, winning 116 to 116 to 108. Detroit's been a decent group of guys. Detroit's doing their thing, winning 116 to 113. And out there in Miami. Spurs handling business. They'll be hosting the 76ers come-ups on Friday. They win 120 over the Knicks. Upset of the night. The Pelicans win 119 to 115 over the Timberwolves. Third quarter action. And in the third quarter action, rather, the Jazz are hosting the Wizards. The Jazz are winning 189 to 81. First quarter is just about to come to an end out there in the desert between the Bulls and the Suns. Suns are winning 31 to 22. And at the end of the first, right there, Trailblazers are hosting the Grizzlies. Trailblazers are winning 36 to 27. And of course, at the end of the first, you have the Kings hosting the Cavs. Cavs are winning right now 22 to 12. And then at the end of the first here is also the game of the night. The Lakers are hosting the Denver Nuggets. Lakers are winning 33 to 17. And that's your games, so forth. So again, guys, the 76ers lose. Quentin Grimes, starting to, again, being the only player on this team that is healthy enough, the only player, I don't want to jinx it, but showing consistency. And that's been the case. He's been showing consistency, scoring around 30 points a game. He's really does a nice job inside and out. You leave him on the perimeter, he's going to knock down shots. He can create his own shot in the paint. You like what I saw there. Ricky Council made a couple dishes to him on the perimeter. I liked what I saw there. Justin Edwards starting to step up a little bit. Again, 2 games where I saw him really excel with 19 points tonight. Jim Koki off the bench looked really okay. Made 4 threes. But again, got to watch his former 76er do what he does best, and it was to thump this squad. Yeah, Isaiah Joe, 5 threes a night. If you guys are just joining, Isaiah Joe takes his old squad to town, and just remind them that we made a big mistake by letting him go because we didn't think he was going to fit in with the 76ers team a few years back. And now he made tonight, he made sure of it that we were going to pay the piper for doing that. And he did. He made the 76ers team pay the piper. And then some. Andrew Wiggins played a decent game, 26 points. Yeah. 76ers got thumped by their own, by their own player. And like I said, OKC's had some big, tall, lanky kids. Lanky. 76ers had no answer. No, especially in the paint, they had no answer. They're running 3-2 defense. And there was a point during, I think it was during the third quarter, they just were not making not knocking their shots and weren't making them. And you cannot afford to have a gap of not making your shots. You have to make those shots. So, yes, I will be back here Friday night. Friday night will be my last game of the season until October. So I got one more of these 76ers post-game shows, then I'm done for the season. But like I said, 76ers need to step up, need to play better. Again, we'll see what happens Friday night out there in San Antonio. But guys, I'm your guy, Pat Bernard. Have a great, great night. Catch you Friday.